So we have our stanchion tube, we got our outer tube, we have our spring, then our spring, I don't, base thing, I don't know what it's called, to be honest. And then the inner cartridge, and then the spring guide, and then a damping rod and base bolt. So it's not a whole lot there to get lost or get confused with if you're just servicing. So, and then now what we'll do is we'll grab this bad boy. Remember, we already took it loose, so it should be fairly easy to get it out. Just set it down here. The less I gotta put it in the vise, I always think it's the better, because I don't like to take a chance of scratching something up or pinching something. See if we can get her. See if we got enough loose to where we can get this off like this. Yeah. So it's loose enough to where we can just back it out. And I don't even have to put it in the vise, and don't have to use a vise. So, and then when we put it back together, we'll do it the same procedure. So we'll just back it out until we feel it kind of not moving anymore. We'll come over here. We'll dump it, push. Always hold it and pull back, and push again, and it usually will pop out. This oil is all fairly good looking oil, so this stuff really nice. Really, and you don't, if your oil still looks like this, you really don't need to service the center cartridge. It was probably still alright. But for the purposes of this video, we'll go ahead and do it, and I already did that one too. So, alright, now what I like to do before we wash everything, I just spray it all down with some suspension clean, just kind of get that stuff kind of falling off of it, all the oil. I'm really generous with this stuff, so use a ton of it. I recommend, if you're gonna buy it, get you 3 or 4 cans if you're gonna do them yourself, do your forks yourself each time. So, okay, now we'll clean up these forks, and then we'll reassemble more to get all that crap off there. I don't even put this spring in the solvent tank, or I won't put that unit there in the solvent tank or that. I'll just hit it with this. There's no need to put solid on it. Same with this outer or the center cartridge, excuse me. Solvent will also hurt the seals or dry them out when same with the O-ring. This suspension cleaner by Spectro will not dry them out. It's good for marker. Same with the Maxima suspension clean. I use both. I like the Spectro a little bit better because it dries out a little bit faster. It doesn't leave the Maxima leaves a little bit of a residue on it that I'm not really too keen on, but it's really good. This stuff's been out of stock for quite a while, so I'm happy it's back in stock. It's good stuff. Okay, so we got that clean. Got this stuff clean. So now what we'll do, here's the blocks for this. You can get these from Race Tech. I think they should have this set. And then if you're looking for something quick, SDI should have them. Any OEM WP shop like a WP dealer should be able to get you these if they don't already have them in stock. I buy all my WP stuff from Solid Performance in Pennsylvania. They've always taken really good care of me, so I usually get everything from them. That's OEM WP related. So what we'll do here, and this block is actually not the number, it's a different part number, but this block is for the cone valves, which the other set, the actual set of cone valves, not the drop-in kit, But this actually works for this still, and then it will hold, this will hold the rebound rod too. So I think the one in the actual manual for this is just this one, so this is actually a better deal really, because you're buying one block and you're getting 2 holders. So, and then the Race Tech ones usually come with 3 or 4 in them. So if you're doing a lot of different forks, that might be the way you want to go. So just whatever's easiest for you. So go like that, have her in here. I just go like this because we don't need to put any pressure on it. We just need it to hold it for us while we add oil and bleed it out a little bit. So don't need to be crazy with it. Again, this vise is trash, so just tie enough to hold it there for us. Alright, grab our cup. So the capacity for this inner cartridge per the manual is 165, and some of that will bleed out when you actually put the compression unit in it and compress everything. So we'll do 165 here, or thereabouts. So if you are servicing these, just FYI, get 2 quarts of fork oil, because one will do 1 fork for sure, and then this other one will do the second fork for you. Just make sure you have enough. There's 150. There we go. Make a mess here. Then I just pour it in slow. I mean, if you're really anal, you could wait till all those air bubbles are out or heat it up, and it's not going to hurt anything. Usually pour about half in, and then I'll work it a little bit. And when you're bleeding this, all you're doing is moving this up and down to get the air bubbles to come up to the top, and then you get the fluid through the valve and then back behind it. So just to move everything through. Just pump it a couple times. I usually like to move it all the way up, and then move it fast enough to where it kind of well, not capsize, but you know, puts up a little, I don't know, I'm trying to sound like I know what I'm talking about, but not working out too good for me right now. But that looks like we got all the air there. You can let it sit there for a few minutes too if you wanted to. You can also take a heat gun and heat it up and get the bubbles come out that way. There's a bunch of different ways to do it. That's just kind of whatever you want to do. Then we'll take the compression unit here, hit it with some suspension clean. I don't think I ever took those loose, or the compression off. Oh, maybe I did. Okay. So we'll do that. I don't normally blow everything off when I hit it with that. With like an air compressor to blow all this off. You can do that if you want. A lot of people do. I just don't, because in this little bitty trailer, it's loud. It's kind of obnoxious, a bit of a pain in the ass, so I don't really worry about it. And what I do, when I go to put this in, I'll dip it in here, get oil in it, get a little oil in the valves too. I think it makes it easier. So, and then we'll pull this rod all the way to the top, and then we'll set this in here like so, right? Push down, and then as we pull this rod down, it'll pull that compression unit in. Makes it a little bit easier. So that time it didn't do it. It's alright, we can push it down. And I use a little bit of chassis grease you can get from any auto parts store, or you can get the Maxima stuff or the stuff from the motorcycle shop if you want to be bougie about it. But this stuff works just as good and it's half the price. So grease that O-ring. Then we'll put this on and then we'll push down. Like so. And we'll just tighten her in. Use our preload wrench here, put it on there, and we'll tighten it like that. Turn this so we can push them against each other. Okay, just like that. Good enough. It don't have to be god awful tight. And now we'll pull it out. Close this vise because those stupid blocks will fall out if I don't. Toss that there. What we'll do now, we're just going to make sure this thing works properly. We'll just push down, and then it'll kick the excess out of there too. Now come all the way back up. Did a couple times. I usually do it until most of that excess kicks out of there. Make sure you got nice smooth action. If it doesn't come back all the way, you don't have enough oil in it, so it's not, doesn't have anything to push against, so you'll have to take it back apart and put more oil in it. So now what we'll do is we'll put the fork seals on the forks.